All right, got a great title? Really proud of yourself? Perfect. Now, let's keep that going with the content section. Now, the content section has this huge space for you to cram all sorts of information about you into. But don't. Let me introduce you to a concept called skimming. A lot of people do it, and I'll give you a huge hint. Have you ever read a blog? That's why blogs have little sections bolded and italicized. They do it to draw your eye. People who write blogs successfully, they know humans don't read everything in front of them. They skim. So let's use that to our advantage while describing you. The idea here is to only have 3 paragraphs, and each paragraph should have at most 3 sentences, 4 if you really have to. Now, these paragraphs are not going to be generic. These paragraphs are going to describe 3 things that you really like. 3 things that are super important to you. They are not going to describe what your friends think about you. They are not going to describe a perfect date. They're going to describe a day or an event or something you'd love to do. These are the things that you want in that content section. 3 paragraphs with 3 things important to you. All right, got that content section all together? Putting your best foot forward? Are you really confident that this describes you and only you? Perfect. Now, let's keep that momentum going with your interest section. This section has a lot of content and a lot of options for you, but I'm going to summarize it right here up front with 2 things. First, cut out all of the generics. It's fine. And second, remember skimming. Only 3 to 4 in any of those sections is getting read. Keep those 2 things in mind and you're going to be great. So let's get started. The first one I want to talk about are your generic interests. Now, are you really into coffee or are you really into horseback riding? Right? It's the horseback riding, of course. Coffee and conversations, dinner and drinks, going to the movies. Everybody likes going to the movies. Who doesn't? So you don't need to put those things in there. I really know that you like doing that already. What I don't know is that 13th thing in your list that's horseback riding. I love horses too. I want to see that one first. So remember in that list, 3 to 4, most important, and don't have a list of 11 things. You don't need it. All right, sports. Only sports you play or watch. Keep the rest out of it. If someone really wants to go bowling, they're going to ask you up front. And they're not going to look at your profile and say, she doesn't have bowling, how can I love her? So leave those out. Remember, play or watch. All you need for sports. Okay, exercise habits. 3 to 4 days a week, that's weak. And I don't mean the days. 2 to 3 days is weak and lazy. Either you exercise or you don't. Either one is fine if that's you. So here's my little hint. If you work out 4 days a week, boost it up 1. Work out 5 days a week. Feels awesome to you, and you're not lying, but it points out that exercise is important to you. If you're not working out at all, don't put 1 or 2 days. It's fine. People exercise and people don't exercise. Don't try to be generic, try to be you. Favorite hot spots. Just keep them local. Don't say you absolutely love Punta Cana, because people can't just visualize them with you in Punta Cana. The whole favorite hotspots is to make a connection. If you really love going to McGilligan's, say McGilligan's, because I know, hey, I might have seen you there. Last read. Books describe a whole bunch about you. Don't waste this opportunity. It doesn't actually have to be the last book you read. Hey, use it to describe a book you love. It's okay. It's not cheating. there's no profile police coming to get you. Put the 4 agreements, put the Bible, put something that means something to you. Shades of gray? Latest bestseller, who cares, generic person. Alright, there are 2 touchy subjects, religion and politics. With these 2 subjects, be direct and honest, but vague is okay. It's the only section where vague is fine. Now, that doesn't mean generic. Don't put middle of the road, and don't put faithful but not religious. What you want to put is something that describes you. How about church-going Christian? Or, I don't connect with God as often as I'd like. Those are perfectly fine, and they actually say a little more about you. How about, I'm an elephant? Or, this country's in a mess of shape. Those things say something about you without being generic. Now, if religion and politics are not of any interest to you, that means they're not important to you, it's okay to say that.